Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Box Score Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan, and I thought I'd make a quick, brief clip on YouTube here, just talking about the DeAndre Hopkins trade to the Kansas City Chiefs. The trade market is heating up. We know we'll get a bunch of names being in rumors to be traded that won't get traded. This is what the NFL is. It's more likely that the NBA, we get a bunch of trades. The NFL is not the same as the NBA, which is unfortunate because I think if the trade system was a little better for the NFL, like you could match salaries, stuff like the NBA does, I think it would make a much more intriguing trade deadline for the NFL, but I digress. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of the DeAndre Hopkins trade being traded to the Chiefs. Before I give my thoughts, also like and subscribe to the channel. So let's get into it. Let's just tackle the Tennessee Titans side of it. It just makes sense. He's 32 years old. He's an older quarterback. Your team is going nowhere. Getting a 5th round pick, a conditional 4th, makes a lot of sense. You're rebuilding at this point, and he is not going to be a player on your roster when you're ready to compete. So you get something for him. You don't lose that asset for nothing. I love when teams do this. Be real with yourself and just move forward. Get what you can for the players that are not going to be able to contribute to your team when you're competitive. It's logical. 32 years old, DeAndre Hopkins. So I don't mind the trade for the Titans. I like the trade for the Titans. And with their QB situation, it's just, it hasn't even been working for DeAndre Hopkins. So now on the Chiefs side, this is what I like to call, and what most people like to call, a low risk, high reward move. You're just giving up a 4th or 5th round pick. You're getting a receiver that can run routes. He knows the NFL. He's got sure hands. But the big question with Hopkins is he over the hill at this point? Is he past his prime? Or is he at the tail end of his prime? And that's something that I think the Chiefs are going to be able to figure out moving forward with DeAndre Hopkins, giving Patrick Mahomes maybe another safety blanket that he can throw to. So the last year, DeAndre Hopkins with Will Levis as his quarterback did go over 1,000 yards receiving. This year, he hasn't quite gotten over 200 yards yet in 7 games. I'm sorry, not 7, 6 games because they had a bye week. So only 1 touchdown. So really, this is a low risk, high reward move for the Chiefs. Is there something still there in DeAndre Hopkins? They needed receiver help with Rashid Rice being injured and Hollywood Brown being injured, which is unfortunate because I was really excited to see that offense with those 2 players on the field. But this is not a bad plan. Okay, you didn't have to give up a whole lot, and they can still make other moves if they need to, as far as getting another wide receiver if they wanted. Cooper Kupp is available, but again, I think that money's too much for the Chiefs, and that's why they kind of settled for DeAndre Hopkins. So I do like the trade for the Chiefs. I like it for the Titans. I think this is kind of a win-win, and there's no downside either way, in my opinion, because if DeAndre Hopkins is over the hill, you only gave up a 4th round pick, right? It's not, or 5th. I'm not sure what the conditions are. I didn't really look into it. So it might just be a 5th round pick. There's not a lot of teams that have a bunch of awesome 5th round picks on their roster. Usually they end up on special teams, or in 3 years, they're no longer in the NFL. So it's a good trade for the Chiefs. It's a good trade for the Titans. So I really like it for both. If I had to grade it, probably B for both teams. It's not like an extraordinary trade for either team. It's a trade that makes sense. Both teams should have done it. It doesn't, DeAndre Hopkins, I don't know how much he's going to change life for the Chiefs. If I had a prediction, because I'm always like an optimist and I don't want Hopkins to be done with his career yet, I'm thinking this is going to work out really good for the Chiefs. I think there's still something there. It's just his quarterback situation was the problem. So anyway, that's all I have on the trade of DeAndre Hopkins going to the Kansas City Chiefs. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts of the trade. Is this a win-win? Do you like it for one side over the other? Or do you think this was a completely pointless trade? Let me know down in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll talk to you guys real soon. Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.